even if it was something that seems like manageable in the long run, it didn't really account for the worst days. Like, there are going to be days where you don't want to do it. There are going to be days where you have other plans. You're quote unquote busy or whatever. In those days, even the like simple workout isn't necessarily easy. What's up, y'all? So, in James Clear's Atomic Habits, he describes what he calls the 4 laws of behavior change. The first law is to make it obvious, the second law is to make it attractive, the third law is to make it easy, and the fourth law is to make it satisfying. These are things that I thought I understood, specifically the third law, but it's something that I'm actually seeing now that I didn't fully understand, or at least know how to implement, and I have shifted the way that I approach new habits or goals, if you will, in a way that I feel like this book does a really good job of describing, and a way that I feel like I understand a lot more than I ever have. So to give you an example, I am trying to build a fitness habit. I think I've mentioned that in some videos before. I want to work out more, but not specifically with any like body goal in mind, but more with the goal of just like having a healthy life, living a healthy life, and being able to maintain my strength or become stronger as I continue to age. And in the past, when I've set fitness goals, I've thought I was quote unquote making it easy by saying, oh, I'm going to do like one like workout a week or 15 minutes a day or whatever it was, just like setting something that seemed small, but in reality still required intention. Let's put it that way. Even if it was like, yeah, even if it was something that seems like manageable in the long run, it didn't really account for the worst days. Like, there are going to be days where you don't want to do it. There are going to be days where you have other plans. You're quote unquote busy or whatever. And in those days, even the like simple workout isn't necessarily easy. And so what I've decided as I approach this time is to actually consider those days. What is it that I am actually capable of or would be capable of in almost any scenario? Like, really barring me being in a coma, like, I can do this, or I would like to be able to do this. And what I determined is 10 push-ups. That's it. I think in alignment with the first law, make it obvious. I think having that simplicity of like knowing exactly what the expectation is, exactly what movement, exactly how many, makes it, and honestly, even when exactly I want to have that happen, which in my ideal scenario would be right after I wake up, basically waking up and doing 10 push-ups. That is just like a habit that I want to start. And that makes it very clear. There's not a lot of vagueness about like when I should do it. It doesn't matter what time I wake up. It's just like the cue is when I wake up, and the behavior is do 10 push-ups. The reason that I picked that movement specifically, and why I'm more confident in my ability to succeed at this and actually shift my behaviors as it regards to fitness, is because 10 push-ups actually feels like something that I can accomplish every single day, and something that I want to have the strength to be able to accomplish every single day. I also think it describes a very specific type of person, right? Like, even if I don't do anything else, the type of person that does 10 push-ups every day would be categorically different than somebody who's trying to get fit for a certain event, or get fit for a certain, to be a certain size, or to look a certain way. And those things make me really confident that this is a better approach to fitness and changing my relationship with fitness, or my habit around fitness, than I have had in the past. There's something like specific to me that makes it intriguing, and I think that will give me the opportunity to do so much more than just the push-ups, right? Like, yeah, I may not have to do more than that in order to satisfy the goal, but that doesn't mean that I can't do more than that. I probably will work out a lot more than I ever have, just because, I already did the 10 push-ups. Why not go ahead and continue on and do the rest of this workout? But even on days when I'm sore, even or days when I'm like, actually, I don't feel like doing no workout, I can still do 10 push-ups. I've thought about applying a very similar strategy to the artist way. I stopped doing my morning pages and even continuing through the course at about week 5, the first time I attempted it. And I think part of that was because the idea of doing the morning pages was intimidating to a certain extent. It was taking me upwards of an hour or more to do 3 full pages. And while I do appreciate the value that I got out of like committing to doing that full length, I think it quickly became a deterrent to the pages and then a deterrent to the book. And then I was distracted by other things. But I feel like this time I really want to simplify the expectation to I'm going to start my morning pages the same way every day, and that will be the expectation. Anything I write beyond that will be a plus, but I think all I'm going to do is write 5 affirmations about myself at the start of my morning. So following the workout, I think that simplicity. I don't necessarily have to write the same affirmations. I don't have to write, but I can. I just write what I wrote yesterday. I think these could be reminders of things that I like about myself. I think there could be reminders of maybe accomplishments that I have had. I think there could be aspirational affirmations in there, where things that I want to be or the type of person that I want to see myself as. I'm going to write that down. And then I'll go on through my morning pages from there. And if I don't feel like writing more pages, I'll just stop at the 5 sentences and I'll move on. I honestly expect those 5 sentences to be pretty short. I am blank and then the next. So I feel very confident that I can commit to doing this every day. And then I think I'm more likely to actually write more than that most days, because it's like, okay, well, if I'm already sitting down and writing this, I can keep going. I also, this isn't something I really thought about until just now, but I also like that I could see that translating to a lot of different formats. I don't necessarily always have to have a notebook handy in order to do that. If my journal is not in my immediate vicinity, I could do this on my phone. I could do this on a sticky note, like, or on a napkin. I think this is something that I can commit to even on my worst day, under the worst circumstances in most cases. So that feels encouraging, and I think it'll help me, give me an end to actually sticking through the morning pages through the end of the course, and then hopefully even beyond that. And I think this mindset up towards like growth and habit building and life, like personal growth, I think that feels more sustainable. It feels like something that I actually have the potential to see long-term progress from. So yeah, I guess I'll keep you guys posted on the journey and let you know how it's going.